Yo, we are doing quads today in the dojo. No promises, no guarantees, but you could be witness to 5 plates on leg extension. We'll just kind of have to see how it goes. It'll be in the later sets, but with the cut and everything going on there, I've definitely noticed, I don't want to call lack of strength, but I've noticed lesser numbers, I would say, in my lifts, which obviously you come to expect that when you're on a cut. And so I'm sitting at 196.4, which is the lowest I've weighed in over probably a year, I would say. So the goal is 180, like I've talked about before. So the first thing we're gonna get into is hip adductors and then leg extension, like I've said. But honestly, for quad day, a lot of people like going straight into their compound movements, like your squats, whether it's a front squat or a back squat. I've always kind of been I guess an advocate for isolation movements, just for me, what equipment I have available to me and all that good stuff. So we're gonna start out with 4 plates on leg extensions, and then hopefully I can work up to 5 plates on that last set. I've been going to just total fatigue failure there on the last sets with those 4 plates, but I kind of want to keep my weight up in terms of what I'm lifting on my cut. I don't want to lose a bunch of numbers. I've been keeping up on the protein. The goal is 170 to 190 grams of protein, and I've been fairly consistent on hitting over 170. I wouldn't say I get up to 190 every single day, but I definitely do try to get at least 170 grams of protein, just like the old, I guess, philosophy, if you want to call it that, is 1 gram per 1 pound of body weight. I'm trying to stay as close to that as I can, and most days I do hit it, but I'm not going to freak out too much if I get like right at 170. But that is what we're doing today, quads. I don't know how much I'll show chest and biceps tomorrow. My wrist, for whatever reason, is just jacked up. I don't know what I did, but like I don't have strength when I make a fist. It's all when I dorsiflex my wrist, something happened. I don't know what, maybe just overuse, but my thumb, ligaments all in the back of my wrist, it goes up my forearm. So we'll just kind of have to see what's going on with that. I may have to adjust chest and bicep day tomorrow. So let's go ahead and get into quad day, and then we'll see what that I'll say is nice about the weekends when I'm training is usually we either do it right in the morning, like my training right in the morning when I wake up, or I'll get a nice, like a good example would be quad day today, since it's a heavier day, more high effort day. I like to get in like breakfast, not breakfast, but lunch, like high protein lunch. Like today I had ground beef with scrambled eggs, so that's around 75-ish grams of protein. Didn't have a whole lot of carbs, but I know carbs is what fuels you, your fast energy. But I'm not lifting in a fast, basically. So there's a lot of different thoughts on if your workouts are gonna be efficient during a fast, or if you work out with a couple meals in you. But just typically what I like to do on a quad day is hold it off a little bit after lunch. So I ate around probably 12:30, took a quick nap, and then it's around 1:30. So I feel satiated. I don't feel empty stomach or anything like that. So I really feel like I'm gonna be able to do 5 plates. So that's kind of been a goal for leg extensions on mine. I'm doing 4 sets of 15 right now. I have 4 45s and a 35. I know that's not like a huge amount of weight, but again, during a cut, that's not lightweight. That's not lightweight, baby, in the words of Ronnie Coleman. So I'm gonna finish up my adductors really quick, and then we'll see if I can't mess around with 5 plates on leg extension. That is, it's pretty sweet. So I don't know, we'll see if I can get it done. Okay, well, 5 plates. That was my 3rd set. It's pretty cool just being in a cut when you're going on leg extensions, being able to see the 3 separate heads of your quad. So we will go into last set. I think the maximum weight on this thing is 375, and I'm sitting at 225 right now. So I still have some room to grow and more plates to add on. Bad thing is I'm down to rubber bumpers now. I only have 1 more 45. So one day I may have to get more metal plates, that's for sure. Okay, one thing I do want to say, I'm not just randomly throwing on weight for leg extensions. This is calculated. I track my weight for every single set, every single rep. I have a big Google sheet with all my weights and reps and all that. So I'm gonna go ahead and attempt another 45. I really feel like I can do it in control. I'm not going crazy. I'm not just randomly throwing stuff at the wall and hoping it sticks. This is a calculated thing. I slept good last night, had a good lunch. I'm feeling good, feeling strong. It is my last set on leg extension, so we're going for 6 plates. And yeah, leg extensions isn't one of those, I guess, lifts that you just kind of just nonchalantly go through it. As I'm going, I'm in control the whole time. And I'm going for sets of 15, but that also being said, if in the middle of this set, or reps of 15, I'm sorry, 4 sets of 15, and in the middle of this last set, and I can feel myself starting to fail at 10, I'm cutting it off at 10. Just because 15 is my goal doesn't mean I'm gonna risk life and limb to get 15 with 6 plates. Yes, it'll be cool for me. It'll be a milestone. And I know there's tons of people out there that can do this, but you also have to understand I'm in the middle of a cut. I'm supersetting with adductors, so that means I hit a set of leg extension and then I go over to adductors. So it's not like I have 100% energy dedicated to just leg extensions for 4 sets. I'm supersetting. So we'll do one last set with 6 plates here, and then we shall see if I can get all 15 reps. All right. So I did 6 plates for 20. I was not planning to do 20, but that's pretty cool. I am going to need to invest in some plates and metal plates, that is, not rubber. If you notice, like, one bumper plate is 2 metal plates. So realistically, I could put 4 more plates on there, but wow. All right, I was not thinking I could get 15, let alone just rip off 20 like that. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna finish up adductors and then we will go into, I believe I have sissy squats. Going into the last superset, single leg press, calf raises. I'm gonna do something just a little bit different than what I normally do. When I am on this single leg press, I usually start low weight, work my way up to high weight, but since I went crazy on leg extensions today, I'm gonna flip it up. I already got the pump going in my quads, I have the blood there, so I'm gonna start heavy and then work my way lower. That's just something I have kind of learned with time through doing this, is as you're going through your workout, you can have a plan, and I 100% of the time have a plan, but just based upon what has happened in the earlier part of the workout, such as leg extensions, how did that go? I'm kind of manipulating the plan. So with my single leg press, obviously I'm doing quad day, so the foot placement on the foot plate, the higher you go, the more hamstring dominant, and then the lower you go, more quad dominant, quad focus. So obviously quad day, I'm gonna be going lower on the foot plate, and then the goal with calf raises through on 205 today with 5 sets of 15. If I can go up to reps of 20, I'm gonna do that, but I have got to grow my calves. I work them twice a week. Some people work them once a week. Some people work them 4 times a week. Some people never work them and just have boulders for calves. So for me, my sweet spot where I'm not constantly walking around with sore calves, that way I have time to recover. I work them 2 times a week with pretty high reps, high sets, and then I try to go pretty moderate weight, pretty moderate to heavy weight, I should say. So last superset, let's go ahead and do it. All right, closing statements. If you are on a leg day, maybe your push-pull legs, be sure your quad pushes equal the amount of hamstring pulls and glute movement. So all those 3 muscle groups, quads, hamstrings, glutes, be sure you're trying to equal your sets and reps with all three, unless you have a pretty major muscle imbalance. Let's say your hamstrings are lagging between all three of them. Your hamstrings are the weakest group. Obviously, you can focus at that point. But if you feel like you're balanced, I mean, you really need to be sure you're equaling sets and reps. That's how knee injuries happen. That's how you pull your hammy, quad injuries. Usually somewhere along the line, you're imbalanced with the movements you're doing between all three. So that was quad day. Those of you that have been sticking around for a while, you know I have a glute and hamstring day, and then I have a quad day. So as I'm sitting down and filling out like my Google sheet or whatever, I have both of my quote unquote leg days pulled up. That way I'm making sure I'm staying balanced. So another quad day in the books. This was on a Saturday, so it was a good one. Happy for the leg extensions. And then it's looking like I'm gonna have to buy some more metal plates for leg extensions. Hopefully I don't max out my leg extension machine too quickly. I don't know what I'm gonna do. May have to, I don't know. I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get there, but I don't want to ramble too much. Appreciate you all watching, and I may see you tomorrow, which would be Sunday. Who knows? Either way, I'm gonna hit chest and biceps tomorrow. See ya.